And welcome to The Edge, the show where you need brains and balls. Today, our players will compete to roll down these big money cash lanes. The nearer they roll to the edge, the more money they earn. Stop their ball on the edge and they'll get thousands, but go over and they get nothing. Let's meet the players who today are going to push themselves to the edge.
I'm Greg from Windsor. I've been an estate agent for 27 years and I'm very competitive.
I'm Jo from Grimsby. I'm a community safety advocate and I never let my kids win a thing.
I'm Sophie. I'm a musician from London and I've been playing the violin since I was 6.
I'm Tex. I'm a retired holiday camp worker and I've been to almost all of the racecourses in the UK.
Welcome to you all and very best of luck. In a moment, you'll each take to the lanes to roll for big money. The ball you need is trapped in your podium. I'm going to ask some questions, buzz in with the correct answer, and you'll bring your ball up towards you. Once you've freed your ball, you'll roll down the shortest lane available. The shorter the lane, the bigger the edge, and the better the odds of banking big money. So do well on these questions to give yourself the best advantage on the lanes. 3 correct answers will release your ball. If everyone is ready, fingers on buzzers. Which North American mountain range stretches from Canada? Greg.
The Rockies.
The Rocky Mountains stretch from Canada to New Mexico, correct. Which party won 56 seats at the 2015 UK, Greg?
The Scottish National Party.
At the 2015 general election, correct. In the live 30th anniversary episodes of EastEnders, Sophie.
Bobby Beale.
Who was revealed to have killed Lucy Beale? What a great interruption, Sophie, correct. Getting an applause from Greg. With 6 gold medals and 1 silver, which cyclist is Britain's most successful, Greg?
Sir Chris Hoy.
Most successful Olympian is correct. You've released your ball. You're rolling first on the green lane. It normally takes people a little more time than that to settle into the process,
Too
Greg.
competitive, that's my problem.
How did it go in practice on the lanes?
Not great. I was coming up short, so, yeah, I need to give it a little bit more.
It's the shortest lane with the biggest edge, and the edge in this round is worth £1,500. You'll each have 1 roll to earn as much as you can. Whoever earns the least is leaving us. So, a bit short was your problem on the lanes.
So I'm going to go towards the edge, sort of top end, but...
4 figures.
I hope so. That's
OK,
the
Greg.
plan.
Let's roll.
Good afternoon. Greg is the first up on the green lane, an estate agent from Windsor. He admits he's ultra-competitive.
It's got a good weight on it. It's heading towards 4 figures. And it scores you £1,200. You happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a big score for your first roll on the green lane. 3 lanes still up for grabs, and we've reset the podiums. Fingers on buzzers. If I'm listening to the 1741 Oratorio Messiah, which composer's work am I, Sophie?
Handel.
Correct. Which pop star's fans are sometimes known as Beliebers? Tex?
Justin Bieber.
Correct! Are you a Belieber, Tex?
I certainly am now, yeah.
What is the brightly coloured part of the eye surrounding Jo?
The iris.
Surrounding the pupil called. It is the iris, correct. Who is the youngest child of Queen Elizabeth II? Tex.
Prince Edward.
Correct. Tex, 1 more correct answer and you'll be rolling on the blue lane.
OK.
The novel Catch-22 is set during which global conflict? Tex.
The Korean War.
It's not, it's World War II. That's an incorrect answer, so you're frozen out for the next question. What is the first name of the character Skellington in the film The Nightmare Before Christmas? Jack. You're back in the game, Tex.
Thank you.
Ciabatta, brioche and sourdough are all, Jo,
Bread.
types of bread. Correct. You need 1 more correct answer, Jo, and you'd be rolling next in the blue lane. The fashion designer Ralph Lauren was born in which country? Tex.
France.
Incorrect, USA. You're frozen out for the next question. How many months of the year have 31 days? Sophie.
5.
Incorrect, it's 7. You're frozen out for the next question. Tex, you're back in. Which novelist and photographer was born Charles Dodgson? Tex.
Is it Lewis Carroll?
It is Lewis Carroll, correct. You're rolling next on the blue lane. Well, Tex in blue, you wanted the blue lane there.
Well, not really, but it'll do, it'll do.
Really? So did you have a preferred lane when you were
Well,
practicing?
it's already gone, hasn't it?
Right, OK. And Greg has used it well because...
He has.
He set the bar high to guarantee your place in the next round. You need to roll £1,300 or more. But if you're going to 1,300, you may as well go to the edge.
Exactly, yes.
OK, let's see how you do, Tex. Let's roll.
Retired Tex loves a flutter at the racetrack. Will Lady Luck be on his side today?
Oh, it's got some weight behind it. Where's it going to stop? It's a very good roll! And that scores you £1,300! Wow, Tex, what a roll.
I know.
Was that...
It's a gift.
Greg, I can only apologise. I was almost sending you through after your
Gutted.
roll, because it means that, Tex, you're definitely going through to the next round.
Am I?
Oh, yes. But Greg, obviously, is going to have a nervous wait while the other two roll. So, only 2 lanes left. Whichever one of you releases your ball next will roll in the yellow lane. The other will be left in the red lane. Fingers on buzzers. In 2015, which football team won the Premier League title? Sophie?
Chelsea.
Correct. Beginning with C, Hale-Bopp and Halley's are well-known examples of what celestial objects? Joe?
Comets.
Correct. Which everyday electronic device takes its name from the Greek words meaning far and sound? Sophie?
Television.
Incorrect. Telephone.
No.
You're frozen out of the next question. In 2003, The Darkness had a hit single with I Believe in a Thing Called What? Joe?
Love.
Correct. You're back in the game, Sophie. Joe, you need one more correct answer to release your ball. If I were trekking across Africa's largest desert, in which desert would I be? Sophie?
The Saharan.
Correct. It's neck and neck. The next correct answer will release your ball. What is the name of the soft gelatinous tissue that fills the cavities of bones? Joe?
Marrow.
Correct. You've released your ball. You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Sophie, you're rolling on the red lane. Ooh, that was a good neck and neck round of questions there, Joe.
It was, but I'm worried now because there's a lot to do.
Well, you've got yourself the shorter of the lanes that was available then.
Yeah.
It's still a long way on the yellow lane.
It is.
And it's a long way to guarantee your place in the next round because these two gentlemen have set the target high. You need £1,300 or more. So, are you capable of a big roll, Joe?
I hope so.
OK, if you're ready, Joe, let's roll.
Jo doesn't let her kids win at anything. Expect some fierce competition from the lady in red.
It's got a bit of weight, but is it going to get up to the 4 figures? Not quite. You score £750. Normally, Joe, in the first round, 750 on the yellow lane would be very competitive. But you're some way off. Greg's breathed a sigh of relief because Greg is now through to the next round. And Sophie, it's all down to you in the red lane. You need £800 to guarantee that you're going through to the next round.
I think I can do it. I mean, this is actually my preferred lane, believe it or not. But I've also been overshooting it in practice, so who knows what will happen now.
Well, let's see if you've got what it takes. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Virtuoso violinist Sophie believes she can beat Joe's 750. She's got the toughest lane here, though.
Got a bit of pace. It's heading up towards the cash zones, but is it going to get above
No
750? No, it scores you £500. Oh, not quite enough, Sophie.
Not good. I had a sort of curve going. I don't know why.
Unfortunately, Sophie, it's not going to be enough because at the end of the rolls, Greg has £1,200, Tex has £1,300, Joe has £750, but Sophie has £500. So, Greg, Tex and Joe, you're through to the next round. Please return to your podiums. Sophie, £500 on the red lane in round one would ordinarily be enough to take you through. And I couldn't help but noticing as well, you had rather excellent rolling shoes on.
I do.
Which
I guess so, yeah, they're like bowling shoes.
Yeah, I thought they were really going to stand you in good stead. But unfortunately, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing. Sorry to lose you, Sophie. Thanks for playing. Goodbye.
Thank you.
So congratulations, Tex, Joe and Greg. You are through to the next round. And what a highly competitive round it's going to be. Greg, not least because, of course, you're an estate agent. And by definition... Yeah, well, you can apologise if you like, yeah. By definition, that makes you very competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to be to do my job, really. So, in a nice way, but, yeah, very competitive.
You do have something of a reputation, though, don't you, estate agents?
Do we? Yeah, but I'm a nice estate agent. That's what my mum says. Yeah. She's biased. So.
Oh, yeah, she's the person you want to write your CV for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. OK, Joe, tell me a little bit about what being a safety officer involves.
I'm a community safety advocate for Humberside Fire and Rescue Service, and we visit people after they've had fires. We teach first aid, we do all sorts of things.
I once had the opportunity to go out with a fire crew, and it's very exciting, isn't it?
It is exciting, yeah.
Tex, you have an obsession with covering all the race courses in the UK.
Yes, Gabby, that's my aim.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I think there's 61 race courses in the UK, and I've been to 55 so far.
Do you always have a flutter?
Always, and I always lose.
Do you have to wear a top hat when you go?
Oh,
Tex?
of course.
Yeah. Do you like that, dressing up for the races?
Well, I have dressed up occasionally, but that's another story.
Maybe we'll find out about that later if you do well in this round. The money you earned is added to your personal bank. So, Greg, you have £1,200, Joe, you have £750, and Tex, you have £1,300. But only one of you can reach today's final and play for that money. Round two. And we're shutting down the shortest lane. And now we're introducing danger zones, meaning any of the cash zones from £100 all the way up to £1,300 could become a danger zone. If that happens, its value drops to zero. How many danger zones you face depends on how well you do on the questions. Release your ball first, and not only will you take the shortest lane with the biggest edge, but no danger zones. This time you'll need to answer 4 questions correctly to release your ball. Fingers on buzzers. In rugby union, what number shirt is worn by the hooker? Tex.
Number 2.
Correct! Which famous building is located at 350 Fifth Avenue in New York City? Joe.
Macy's?
Incorrect. It's the Empire State Building. You're frozen out of the next question. The graphic novel character, played by Hugo Weaving in a 2006 film, goes by what single-letter name? B. Joe, you're back in the game. Bo Diddley and Muddy Waters are both famous for playing which Tex?
The Blues.
Incorrect, Tex. The question was for playing which musical instrument. Guitar is the correct answer there, so I'm afraid you're frozen out of the next question. Which Prime Minister famously said, "Am I bothered?" in a comic sketch? Joe.
Tony Blair.
Alongside Catherine Tate. Correct. You're back in the game, Tex. If my meal was £17 and I gave a 10% tip, what is the total amount I paid, Tex?
£18.70.
Correct. Good mental arithmetic there, Tex. What sort of energy travels around AC and DC circuits? Tex.
Electrical.
Electricity, correct. One more correct answer, Tex, and you'll be rolling on the blue lane. The Jack London character White Fang is part dog, part what other animal? Tex.
Wolf.
Correct. You've released your ball. You're rolling first on the blue lane. Tex, the quickest in the West over there. That was absolutely fantastic round for you. And your favourite lane?
My favourite lane, yes. I've had a bit of practice now, so...
Well, your general knowledge has won you the biggest edge and no danger zones. Get your ball on the edge in this round. It's worth £2,000. You each have 2 rolls, which will be added together. Whoever earns the least is leaving us. What are you hoping for on this roll?
Well, anything around 1,000, really.
Are you ready, Tex?
Ready when you are, Gabby.
Let's roll.
Can rookie bowler Tex replay the magic of round 1? He bends his right knee and rolls.
Good weight again. It's a big one. It's heading towards 4 figures, and it stops on... Can you believe it? £1,300! Tex, I'm amazed. I'm amazed.
You're amazed?
Sometimes people have a repeat roll, but it's usually on 200, not 1,300. That was an impressive, exact copy of your first roll there.
And a fluke.
And you still have another roll, of course.
I have.
There are 2 lanes left. We've reset the podiums, and whichever of you releases your ball next will roll on the yellow lane. The other will be left with the red lane, and you'll both be facing danger zones. Fingers on buzzers. In January 2015, Libby Lane became the first woman to be consecrated into what position in the Church of England? Greg.
Bishop.
Correct. The pasta concilihi is so known because it is what shape? Greg.
Cone-shaped.
Incorrect, it's shell. You're frozen out for the next question. In cricket, what do the letters LBW stand for? Joe.
Leg before wicket.
Correct. You're back in the game, Greg. The Singapore-born British musician who, as a teenager, released the album The Violin Player is Vanessa... Greg?
May.
Vanessa May is the correct answer. Which planet was Carl Sagan referring to in his famous pale blue dot quote? Joe.
Pluto?
The Earth. You're frozen out of the next question. Cymru is the Welsh name for which UK country? No, Wales. Which sitcom stars the actors Johnny Galecki and Jim Parsons as Leonard and Sheldon? Greg.
Big Bang Theory.
Correct. One more correct answer, Greg, and your roll on the yellow lane. The Bay of Pigs invasion was a US-backed attempt to overthrow the government of which country? Greg.
Spain.
Incorrect, Cuba. You're frozen out. If I were trying to find the Pixar character Nemo, what type of fish would I be looking for? Joe.
Clownfish.
Correct. You're back in the game, Greg. Which team came third in the 2015 FIFA Women's World Cup? Joe.
England.
Correct. Neck and neck. Whichever one of you answers correctly next will roll on the yellow lane. Which heavy metal band released the singles Iron Man, The Wizard and Paranoid? Greg.
Black Sabbath.
Correct. You're rolling next on the yellow lane. Joe, you've been left with the red lane. Heavy metal your thing?
Yeah, I've got Paranoid on my phone. I listen to it quite a lot. It's in my silly phase, but yeah, great. Love it.
Greg, you'll face one danger zone. Before you roll, we need to find out where your danger zone will be. It's moving up and down your lane right now, and it'll stop when you press that button there. Best of luck.
Ugh.
£450 has gone from your lane, replaced with 0. I can tell by the noise you made, you don't think that's a good place.
Well, I'd rather it a bit further on, I think.
Hasn't Tex given you an incentive to go a bit higher?
No, he's peaked too early, I think.
Oh, psychology coming into this from
Yeah,
Greg.
he'll get tired.
Don't worry, I've got you back, Tex.
Whatever.
He's got his own riposte. Greg, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's roll.
He's a bit cheeky, Greg from Windsor. Despite his confidence, he says he's going to play it safe.
Lot of focus. It's over the danger zone, it's heading up the cash zones, and it scores you £700! Is that where you were looking for?
Yeah, it's OK.
Joe, you're left with the red lane, which means you'll face 2 danger zones. Before you roll, we need to find out where they are. They're going to move up and down the lane, and they'll stop when you press that button. And they've stopped on £1,000 and £500. How do you feel about that?
It's kind of in the middle, isn't it?
So where are you aiming for?
Not off the edge.
And not a danger zone.
And no danger, yeah.
Your last roll earned you £750. If you got that this time, you'd be just ahead of Greg.
Yep.
Are you ready, Joe?
Yes.
Let's roll.
The lady in red has got to get over 700. She's done it before. Can she get there again?
It's got a decent weight to it. Certainly going to clear the first danger zone. Is it going to be too much? Is it going to be too much? It is! It's over the edge. And Joe, that roll scores you nothing.
You win some, you lose some.
Well, you have to remember very quickly the amount of weight you put behind that roll so you don't do it again. And before everyone rolls again, let's have a look at what you've earned so far. Tex, you have £1,300. Greg, you have £700. And Joe, you have nothing. So, Tex, £1,300 has put a lot of pressure on the others. They couldn't match you with the first roll. What are you going to do with the second one?
More of the same would be nice.
It would be very consistent, Tex.
Or
Are you
just
generally...
slightly further.
Oh, going for the edge. Are you generally quite a consistent man?
I'm competitive, Gabby.
Yeah, I can see that.
I like to win.
£750 would guarantee you through to the next round.
Right.
So anywhere over there would be nice, wouldn't it?
It'd be lovely.
Are you ready, Tex?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Nice guy Tex is proving to be no mean roller. Surely he can't repeat his first two huge rolls.
Good roll. It's heading up towards those four figures. It's going to stop on the edge and scores you £2,000. We'll add that to your total, giving you a total of £3,300. Incredible work. Can't quite believe how good you are at this rolling. It's amazing to be so consistent.
I can't believe it. I have never rolled a ball in my life. I've never played bowls, I've never been 10-pin bowling, nothing.
We have missed a great international athlete, I think, in this country. I say missed. It's not too late, Tex. I'm not writing your sporting career off. Well, that means Tex is definitely going through to the next round. Greg, he's shown you the way.
Yeah, thanks, Tex.
It's a pleasure.
The danger zones remain where they are for you, Greg and Joe. So your danger zone is there on £450.
Yeah.
£650 would push Joe to the edge.
I've got to go big.
Are you ready, Greg?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Well, Greg just can't afford to rest on his laurels. Tex has set the bar very high indeed.
Maybe not. We'll see. It's slowing down. It's slowing down. It's slowing down on the edge, and it's over the edge. Oh, it scores you nothing, which means you still have a total of £700. Pushed it.
Yeah, getting cocky.
OK, well, you never know. We don't know what Joe is capable of yet, Greg. She has a pressure roll. Joe, you still have two danger zones, £500 and £1,000, and you've got nothing on the board. You need £750 to guarantee that you're going through to the next round.
Yep, it's possible.
That's right in the middle of your two danger zones. Can you do it?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Joe believes she can do it. Greg's looking pensive. With gritty determination, Joe rolls to stay in the game.
Looks a good weight. Is it going to get over the first danger zone? It is. Is it going to get to 750? It is! It's exactly what you needed. It scores you £750. Wow, that was what you call an efficient roll,
Yes.
Joe.
When the pressure's on, I was there.
So with the two rolls added together, Tex, you have £3,300. Joe, you have £750. But Greg, you have £700, which means Tex and Joe, you're through to the next round. Please return to your podiums. Well, unfortunately, Greg, you earned the least amount of money in that round, so I'm afraid you're leaving here with nothing. But has playing the edge helped you in any way in terms of negotiations in your house sales, do you think?
No. No, it's good fun.
We've enjoyed having you here,
Thank
Greg.
you, Gabby.
It's It's very rare I get one over on an estate agent.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Cheers.
Congratulations, Joe and Tex. You're through to the next round. So, Joe, who's watching you at home?
My boys, Josh and Owen, they're 16 and 18, just going to uni and college, actually, so they've got their wish list ready.
If you do well today, what do they want?
They both want a guitar. They're both in bands, so they've both got their eye on specific guitars now, so...
Rock and roll household.
It is, yeah.
So, Tex, what did you do at the holiday camps?
We're there for 34 years, all in all. I started out as a handyman,
OK.
just doing all the repairs in the chalets and everything. And then I went into the wages office. Then I went on to the best bit, the stage crew.
Right, so you were near
working
the
backstage. I was working with the likes of Stephen Mulhern, Joe Pasquale, Shane Ritchie, Brian Conley. They were all in the shows when I was...
Brilliant grounding for those kinds of performers. And you've never done any rolling while you were a holiday camp worker?
No, I've never picked a ball of him in anger in my life.
Well, it's extraordinary how well you're doing today. I can tell you the money you earned is added to your personal bank. Joe, you now have £1,500 and Tex, a very impressive £4,600. That money is safely banked for the final, should you manage to get there. Round 3. And we're shutting down another lane. In this round, there's only one danger zone, and the first player to release their ball will control it and can place it anywhere on their opponent's lane. You'll need 5 correct answers to release your ball. Fingers on buzzers. What number comes after Fahrenheit in the title of a novel by Ray Bradbury? Tex.
I think it's 451.
Correct. What is the name given to someone employed to carry a golfer's clubs around the course? Joe.
Caddy.
Correct. Rejoice and Daydream are albums by the Welsh opera singer Catherine who? Tex.
Jenkins.
Correct. The aviator Charles Lindbergh made the first non-stop solo flight across which? Joe.
Atlantic.
Correct. Which ocean? Which British patron saint's day is April 23rd? Tex.
St George.
Correct. Which shape gives its name to the main stage at Glastonbury Festival? Tex.
A pyramid.
Correct. One more correct answer, Tex, and you'll be rolling first on the yellow lane. In 1977, which TV chat show host famously got Richard Nixon to apologise for the Watergate scandal? Tex.
Sir David Frost.
Correct. Tex, you're rolling first on the yellow lane, and Joe, you've been left with the red lane. Tex, a man who knows where the edge is. But do you know where the edge is in the yellow lane?
I'm out of my comfort zone now, Gabby.
Well, get your ball on the edge in this round, and it's worth £3,000. You each have 3 rolls, which will be added together. Whoever earns the most money in this round will be through to the final. Tex, you're going to roll first.
OK.
Unfamiliar territory.
Yes. It's a long way down there.
It is. It's a little bit further to the blue lane. You need to alter your roll somewhat. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Tex is one of the best rollers we've seen on the edge. But can he now adjust to the longer lane?
And it scores you £500. I reckon if I could get a tape measure out, that's pretty much at the edge from the blue lane.
The blue one.
You've done the same roll. But now you control a danger zone. You can put it anywhere you like on Joe's lane, from £100 up to £1,300. Wherever you choose, the value will drop to 0.
OK. She's obviously going to try to get over 500, isn't she? So let's force her. We'll go for 750.
OK. £750 is now lost from the red lane, Joe. It's worth nothing. Of course, last time you had to deal with 2 danger zones in the red lane. Just the one this time.
OK.
Do you think that's going to affect you?
No, I'm going to go just over it. I've got my arm ready now, so...
OK. Are you ready, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Bowler's arm at the ready. Joe needs to get past 500 to build a lead.
Does look like it's going to make Danger zone, it's just over. It's quite a bit over, and it's on £950. Well, you're a woman of your word. You've done exactly what you said you were going to do. So after the first roll, Tex, you have £500, and Joe, you have £950. Felt a bit weird saying that, Tex. £500. You've had 3 four-figure sums so far. You need to do a bit of work.
We do, but we can do it.
Is that we, me and my arm, or is that we, the royal we?
You and me, Gabby. We can do it.
OK.
You can inspire me.
OK, I'll do my very best.
OK.
You've got a bit of catching up to do with Joe. If you're ready...
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's roll.
Sharpshooter Tex has been no stranger to 4-figure rolls. Will he risk going high yet again?
Definitely a bit more weight this time. It's heading up to those 4-figure sums, and it stops on £1,200. We add that to your first roll, and it's £1,700. Oh, back in the game,
That's more
Tex.
like it.
The Tex we know and love is back. £1,200, more familiar territory for you. You've got a choice now, Tex. Based on what you've just rolled there, do you want to keep the danger zone where it is on the red lane at 750, or would you like to move it?
Should we shove it up a bit? 850.
850. OK, just put it a couple
Just
of
put the
cash zones
pressure
up.
on a little.
Let's do that. Let's put that danger zone on 850. That is now worth £0, Joe. Does that affect you at all, Joe?
Yes. I don't know how I'm sort of just managing to keep in there at the minute, so we'll give it a go.
Time for your second roll, Joe. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Joe was remaining calm despite the pressure from Tex. This looks good.
It's another good roll. It's got a good weight on it. Is it going to creep over the danger zone? It is. To £950, exactly the same roll. We'll put that up on the board, give you a total of £1,900. You two are just making this a fantastic competition. After that second roll, Tex, you have £1,700, and Joe, you have £1,900. It's time for the third and final roll in this round. And for the first time, Tex, there's a bit of pressure on you. How are you under
We
pressure?
thrive on pressure, don't we?
Is that me and you again?
Yeah, we're a team, Gabby.
Joe, there's absolutely no favouritism here, OK?
OK.
Tex, you've got to get £200 or more to
Yes.
stay in the game. You're going to find the edge this time? It's
Just-
worth quite a lot.
I'd love to find the edge, Gabby, but I've got a feeling it ain't going to happen, but who knows?
Did you have a feeling it was going to happen when you hit it in the blue lane?
I never have a feeling what's going to happen, really, Gabby.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Let's roll.
Tex is enjoying a brilliant success rate here, even if it appears unplanned.
Not going to get quite up to those 4-figure sums. No, it stops on 750, which gives you a total of £2,450. So, Joe, your job is simple. You've got to get £600 to guarantee that you're through to the next round.
Yes.
Anything more, of course, would be nice, because your bank's not quite as healthy as Tex's.
Not quite.
If you want to go through to that final with some large sums, you want to be going near the top of the board.
2 guitars cost quite a lot of money, so...
Tex still has a way of influencing your role because he can move that danger zone. So, Tex, you now have a choice. Do you want to leave that danger zone where it is, or are you going to move it?
Bring it down to 750 again.
750 is now gone from the red lane, Joe. 750 previously quite a favourite of yours.
It is my favourite for some reason.
However, less than that would do it for you. 600
Yeah.
would take you through to the final. OK, are you ready, Joe?
Yes.
Let's roll.
Tension is building as Jo takes her third roll. 600 will see her into the final.
Will it get
it's not
to
enough.
600? I don't know if it will. I don't know if it will, Joe. It stops on 450, which gives you a total of £2,350. You were in control of the game there, Joe.
I know.
You could control your destiny. What went wrong?
I bottled it.
With the 3 rolls added together, Tex has £2,450, Joe has £2,350. That means, Tex, you take what you've earned today through to the final. Please return to your podium. Such a close game all the way today, Joe, and only a couple of cash zones in it there at the end.
I know. I was that concerned about getting in that 750. I think I just went a little bit too low.
Sadly, you earned the least amount of money in that round. So I'm afraid, Joe, you're leaving here with nothing.
Thank you.
I'm not sure which guitar song would suit your exit today, but hopefully those boys will get some Saturday jobs and get their own guitars.
Thank you.
Thanks for playing. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, Tex. You have made it through to the final, where you're playing for all the money you've earned today. Do you want to know how much it is? £7,050.
Amazing.
A lot of money that you have banked there.
An awful lot. It was hard work.
You made it look easy. What would you do with that money?
Well, I've always wanted to go on a holiday over to Nashville and to Graceland as well, so...
And what's the race course that you take in round there?
It's pretty near to where they hold the Kentucky Derby, so if I could get them all combined, that would be my
Fabulous
dream
trip.
holiday.
Would you go on your own?
Well, unless you're doing nothing, Gabby, yeah.
Well, Tex, you played a great game today, but you were nervous for a while just there, weren't you, with Joe?
So I've been nervous from the first minute, Gabby.
Well, stay calm, Tex.
OK.
Because it is the final. And we're shutting down one more lane, which leaves only the red lane. We've removed the cash values from that lane, leaving only the edge, which is now worth all the money you've earned today. Stop your ball on the edge and you'll win £7,050. Go over the edge and you get nothing. But you've got a chance to make it easier for yourself by answering some more questions. Each correct answer increases the size of your edge. The more questions you get right, the bigger the edge will be and the easier your final roll. You have 75 seconds to get as many right as you can. Is everything clear?
Yep.
Let's put 75 seconds on the clock. Your time will start when I've read the first question. Which artist famously painted The Last Supper?
Leonardo da Vinci.
Correct. Formula One legend Ayrton Senna was born in which country?
Brazil.
Correct. The term "the" is often used to describe which American political position?
The Vice President?
Correct. If I was at Beyoncé Knowles' 2008 wedding, which rapper would I have seen her marry?
Oh, no. Jay-Z?
Correct.
Oh.
Which Aardman film has the tagline, "The clock stops here"?
Pass.
Chicken Run. Insomnia is defined as the inability to do what adequately?
Sleep.
Correct. Beginning with A, what name is given to an angle that is less than 90 degrees?
Acute.
Correct. London's Big Ben is in which borough?
Westminster.
Correct. Which dessert takes its name from the French for lightning?
An eclair.
Correct. Which sitcom starred Robert Lindsay and Zoe Wanamaker as husband and wife?
The Preston Front?
Incorrect. My Family. If I were having an MRI scan, what force would be used to scan? The time is up. To scan my body, magnetism would be the answer. Tex, you did very well. You answered 8 questions correctly. And to see what that score has done to the edge, let's take to the lanes for the final time. Another excellent display of your general knowledge.
Thank you.
Tex, every single one of those correct answers increases the size of your edge. Let's put them onto your lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a huge edge. How confident are you of hitting that?
It's a long way down here, Gabby. I've never been on here before.
I know, because you've been too good at the general knowledge text. It's your first roll on the red lane, but you have a very large edge to aim for.
Yes.
So you've got a choice to make, Tex.
OK.
You can roll for the full £7,050 with only one ball and one attempt to hit the edge. Or you can take two balls, but that means you'll say goodbye to half the money. You'll roll for £3,525. Or you could take three balls, that's three attempts to hit the edge, but you'll be playing for a third of the money, £2,350. So when you see the sums like that, what do you think?
3,000's still a lot of money, isn't it?
Well, some people get to the final with that kind of sum and then have it divided down. So for that to be the sum for two balls is quite considerable. Depends how confident you're feeling about the red lane.
Well, I'd love to go for the big one, but it's so far down here. I can hardly see it. I'm only here once. We'll go for one.
Oh, you surprised me then, Tex.
I'm a gambler, Gabby. I go racing, don't I?
Yeah, you do like a flutter.
I do.
OK, so you're definitely going to go for one.
Why not? I'm only here once.
So you're taking one ball and rolling for £7,050. Well, you're certainly a crowd pleaser.
What have I done?
What are you about to do?
I'm going to win it, that's what.
A £7,000 roll, a £7,000 flutter.
Never had a bet this big before, Gabby.
This is to get you to Nashville. Well, it's time to take on the edge. For £7,050, let's roll. Come on, Tex. It's a big roll. Is it going to stay on the edge? Is it going to stay on the edge? Is it going to stay? It is! It's That's amazing! How far is it? Oh! Who cares how far it is? It's on the edge, Tex! It's on the edge!
Thank you.
Oh, congratulations. You've hit your final edge, Tex, and you're going home with £7,050. Definitely going to Nashville.
We're going to have a great time, aren't we?
We'll consult on diaries later.
Okay, then.
Tex, congratulations. You've been fantastic all the way today. We'll be back next time with more new contestants pushing themselves to the edge. Why? Because that's how we roll. Bye-bye.